Greetings, friends. I want to talk a little bit about that tragic shooting that went down in Colorado. Certainly my thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the ones that were killed and the people that were hurt and all of the people that had to witness that carnage. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to bring a little bit of politics into it. Some will say it's too soon, but it's just a matter of time before the anti-gun people use this, that I'm sure they already are. I've kind of stayed off the news today. But before they start using this as an anti-gun propaganda thing, like they always do. And I just want to throw a couple of thoughts out. Charlie, come here. Got my dog over here begging to get in the house. But camera's going to shake while I scratch Charlie's head. But, instead of focusing on the actions of this nutcase who clearly broke all kinds of laws, I would offer up this suggestion, just something to think about. Just imagine if, and I don't know the laws in Colorado, but I know many states don't allow people with concealed carry permits to bring them into places like theaters and shopping malls and such. And you probably already know where I'm going with this. If 1 or 2 or 5 law-abiding citizens in that theater were armed, perhaps there wouldn't have been so much carnage. Okay, I think 70 people got shot, and that is just absolutely ridiculous because they were shot like sheep. And when you keep people unarmed and unable to protect themselves, that's what they really are. They are sheep. That's where the whole concept of sheeple comes into play in terms of the gun and anti-gun movements and all that hogwash. Look, I would hate to imagine myself in a crowded situation where I was at the mercy of some idiot like that. If somebody would have had a weapon with them, hang on a second, Charlie, come here, just wait for me. If somebody would have had a weapon in that theater, chances are they could have put this idiot down after maybe he shot 2 or 3 or 4 people. Yeah, that would really suck, but that's a far cry from 12 dead and how many wounded. So, I don't believe in the concept of disarming everybody and then making them completely unable. You render them completely unable to defend themselves. You start using this kind of activity as an excuse to disarm the American citizens, all you're doing is you're taking away people's abilities to defend themselves. I wish we lived in a world where we didn't have to have guns, but we're always going to have guns in this world, and if you take them away from the law-abiding, honest citizen, the ones that aren't nutcases, the people like this idiot are always going to have access to them. Just look at the drug laws. Drugs are illegal. Almost everybody's got drugs. Driving drunk is illegal. How many arrests are there each day because of drunk drivers? Making something illegal doesn't prevent people from committing the act. It just helps prosecute them. Try to make a YouTube video, and here's what Charlie's doing. He gets mad at me when I'm not giving him attention. But really, trying to get back to the serious subject here. For those of you that are watching this that think that we should disarm the American public, really give that some thought and put yourself in that theater and ask yourself this one simple question, and this was something my wife brought up. She said, if you, the person watching this, were sitting there and you had a gun, whether you hate guns or not, just imagine for a minute that you had a gun on your person and you were in that theater. Do you think you would have died? Do you think this guy would have killed you? Sure, you could have been the first one he shot, and then that would have been the end of the story. But if you had a gun on you and were trained to use it and carried it every day in a responsible manner, do you think that might have changed the outcome of that whole thing? Do you think you would have a right to be able to defend yourself? They've had these types of mass shootings in England where there are, even the police out there didn't carry weapons at the time of that. I can't remember the name of the village where some nutcase went crazy. And by the time they got some special response teams out there with firearms, this guy had slaughtered, a lot of people. So in a country where really almost nobody has guns. Even the cops rarely carry weapons out there. That's changed a little bit since 9/11, but not much. You still have this kind of thing happen. So you know, look what's going on in Mexico. Look what's going on in this country, Canada. You know, I know you guys like to think that you know, you're not as screwed up as we are, but there, you know, I could Google gun violence in Canada, and the numbers may not be as high here, but it still happens. I know for a fact there's been shootings in Canada. It doesn't. The issue is not whose country has better laws, and you know, America's a bunch of cowboys because they were founded on the gun and built behind the gun. It is the way it is. We got to deal with the way things are, not how we want them to be. So before you buy into this bullshit about, you know, if we didn't have people carrying guns, this wouldn't happen. This idiot more than likely wasn't carrying his weapons illegally. Okay, I don't think there's anywhere where you can carry a loaded AR-15 into a theater. So, you know, just give it some thought, and I'm going to go take care of this dog here. And once again, you know, my heart goes out to everybody that was involved in terms of being a victim and their families. Sorry about the distracting dog. I'll beat him as soon as I'm off the camera. Look at that face. He's mad. Alright, I guess that's my cue. It's time to get off the camera. Take care and stay safe.